Alright, hello everybody, hello. A bit of a late start to the week this week, but we are going to do our regular Trackmania day. Oh, probably should do this. I was seeing that on my screen, yeah. Perfect, that's gonna be good, and we should be all good to go. Ads are done, and we can get started by reviewing last week's results. I do feel like last week's results were decent for me, and I did grind some of the maps, and I think for the most part I know what the top lines are on every map. And I think my results were okay. I could have grinded more and gotten better. This one I have what I believe to be the best line, just not the best execution for it. Yeah, I mean, you can go really low there. It's kind of a variant to my line, but it's mostly what I needed to do. Nothing surprising there. Now this... yes, this map I don't have the best line. The best line, if I can go towards it, the best line involves doing something more like this, then jumping across here, then jumping through here, going through that, and finishing with a jump, which I believe is what's gonna be done by the top players. And I tried to land it a few times, but it was just really hard for me to get that jump across cleanly, so I couldn't actually make it happen. I didn't try very long, but this jump specifically, I wasn't able to land a single time. At least, no, that's not true. I landed it 3 times, but never good enough to have the speed to make it for the next jump, meaning I couldn't actually do that jump. I almost got one that landed on the back on the road though, but I didn't get anything good from it. But yeah, I knew about that line. I didn't know it during the discovery, but I knew about it. This one, I believe I was able to do a pretty good line. I found some decent stuff in my discovery. Then I found people doing a video where they're doing this, which is exactly what I was... well, not exactly. It was similar to what I was trying to do in the discovery, except that I was going somewhere down low, and they found this stop line, which was actually cleaner and allowed just a bit more speed to make it, and well, to make it more cleanly. And that's the result I got from it, which I think is not bad, and it may be the best line, but I don't know for a fact that it is. We're gonna have to see what people are doing. Looks like this was indeed the best line. Okay. So I did manage to land the best line, just not as good and clean as the top players were. Although by the time we get to the first big drop down, I'm almost matching them. So to be fair, I wasn't doing too bad. This is a speed rift one. This speed rift one, I was actually struggling with getting the speed drift properly on this one. I tried quite a bit, and this was the best result I got. Even though there was no drift in the first area at all, this was still the best I got out of all the grinding that I did, which was not a bad run, but definitely not the best that I can do. And I suspect that this is just gonna be, yeah, a better drift at the bottom when they land, then drifting the entire way across here, and probably land in a drift and carry that drift all the way. Yeah, okay. It's just drifting the entire map essentially as soon as you can, except for a small drift here and then stop for the rest of this section, which I was trying to implement. but it was just hard for me to be precise enough to get a good result from that. Okay, let's go to the final map, which I think I did an okay job with. Because on this map, there was a shortcut, which I feel like I managed to do somewhat decently. Like, I actually got an okay run with this. Like, not the best, and I was trying to look into getting a better lineup for the end part, but I think for the most part, I have an okay result. Okay, yeah, there's a couple more tricks being implemented and a backwards finish. I don't remember if I tried the backwards finish. I mean, are the others also doing backwards finish? Okay, so this is all essentially the same start line. Okay, backwards finish seems to be pretty consistent. Might as well show all of the last three at the same time so that I don't spend too long. Oh, this guy was turning around. He is in 5th place though, so I don't know if the turnaround was just considered much slower. Also, the backwards finish, I guess, was just faster. I mean, to be fair, I did feel like I was losing speed with my last bounce. But I thought that maybe it was better to turn around anyways. Alright, let's just move to the current week. And let's go have a look at what the first map of this week is. And hopefully we can do an okay result this week. Alright, what do we have here? We're obviously gonna be a couple of days late. So I suspect my results are gonna be lower than the top 1000 this time around. Oh, that's gonna be a tough jump to make, I think. Interesting. Do I even need to jump there? Maybe I don't need to jump there. No, actually I do need to jump. This is gonna be a bit of a weird one. Oh, that's actually not bad. Well, obviously you want the closer finish. Okay, well that's not great. We did get author time, but... yeah, much nicer there. Okay, that's definitely better. I'm wondering if I have something I'm missing, because I'm definitely much slower than everybody right now. Can I just go across here and be faster? I think there is something in there, but not where I did it. No? Interesting. So, is it really faster to go all the way up? Or maybe I need to do something more in between? mean, that's faster. I feel like I need to take the time to go have a look at this. Obviously you have to take that start. Kind of have to come up there. I think maybe coming up earlier is better. Like, there's nothing. There's no booster, there's no anything. Like, there's a little edge here. Can you like kind of jump across this maybe? Keep some momentum from an airtime? Because I don't see any other big thing that you can do. There's no weird finish on the outside that I can see. No, I don't see anything weird that could help me on this one. Okay, so I think maybe I try a couple of the things that I saw. I don't think that little jump will do anything, but might as well try a couple times and see. That's such a bad angle. There's no way that's good. Definitely not doing that. Don't know why I'm going so wide here. I shouldn't be going so wide at all. In fact, I should be going pretty much on the inside right here. It's a much better landing. I think cutting the final corner is actually good. I was way behind on that run, but with a better run that has a better lineup, I think I can gain from it. I actually gained quite a bit. Also, it feels like my jump up is actually wrong. I think going 2 on the inside is actually not good. You want something closer to what my best run has. I'm not sure though. This map feels almost too simple. And I feel like I'm missing something important. Now I'm losing speed, so maybe it is better to be closer to the inside? Maybe I need to wait and go more direct like this? I don't know. Like, I'm not really improving anymore, which... I mean, yeah, you're gonna stop improving once you start experimenting with weird stuff, but I'm not really experimenting with some crazy stuff yet. Plus, I don't think that my current time is that optimized, although this is more speed. Okay, that's definitely better. So there's a certain amount that I need to jump wide and wait. Okay. Hitting early is bad, but the late one is actually not an issue. And I'm wondering if I'm getting too much airtime still here. In fact, I probably am getting too much airtime in that place. I assume that getting an airtime reduction of some sort is what you want. No, that was wrong. So even though that is completely wrong, I do need to start looking into ways to go faster up there. No, that's too wide. I'm wondering if I need to be wider at the start. Also, can I just ignore that completely and just go straight here for a better lineup? Doesn't seem to help at all. So that's a no. That's more speed. So I think I need to go a little bit more to the right for an increase in speed over here. Although maybe it's not an... Might not be enough speed. We'll see if I can catch back up. And I definitely need a better landing if I want to catch up. Because I'm gonna be getting more speed, which means I also get more air time. Yeah, I don't think that's actually good, because I'm losing a lot at the beginning now. It's actually not too bad, but that jump was bad. With a slightly better lineup there, maybe. Because it does give me a bit more speed during the lineup. Hi, Mio. Yeah, I do get more speed during the lineup, but it's actually not helping me much. Okay, that was better. That was better. I'm actually happy with that for now. I'm gonna have to look at what I'm doing wrong there. I feel like I'm missing something important though. Well, that is not a map that I like to see just from the start, because it's looking like a really weird map to begin with, and I have a feeling that this is gonna have something crazy like that. Okay, that's looking like a long-ish map as well. But now my question is, where might I be missing something that helps with speed? Kind of messed up that line right there, but now I can do a better jump down, which is gonna be faster. Okay, definitely need... Okay, yeah. Couldn't make that turn now. By the way, is there anything here? Nope, that's just a wall. Okay, not bad. Yeah, I messed up that turn. Probably either needed to drift or line it up better. I think most of it is in this first drift turn. If I can line myself up better overall, that would definitely help a lot. Can I go on the inside at the start? I don't think I can get fast with an inside line there. Ooh, that's bad. Nice, that's a good turn. Almost a good angle there. That fucking tree is always in my way. Kinda wish I could jump exactly where that tree is. Okay, decent drift again. Yeah, I lost all my speed right before that. Okay, not bad. Good drift line again. I messed up that turn entirely, but it somehow is better than my PB, so that's an improvement. Now I have a decent start with a terrible end to contend with, which should be easy to beat in theory. But we'll see how much I can make that through. Okay, I'm definitely trying to go faster now, so I'm taking a bit more risk, which is currently making my start line faster, but a bit harder to execute further down the line. And that's a worse drift. Oh my god, that little section is annoying. I feel like I haven't properly understood that little transition. I mean, you can jump that, but there's no way that's fast enough to jump that, so... It's not bad. Oh, okay, yep. It's not bad if I don't touch the inside. It was actually not a bad one. I had lower speed. But lower speed in that section isn't as bad as being lower on time. Because that's already a section that you're gonna lose speed at the end of, right here. Okay, so I definitely slowed down a lot. Just making it through that cleanly makes a difference right now, rather than crashing anywhere. Now we're lower on speed. There's an end right there. Is that end faster? I don't know if that end would be faster. I mean, it might depend on my speed. Oh, good. That's interesting. I don't know which of the which of the two sides is faster. Left side looks more difficult, making me feel like it would be faster. But is that side harder? Okay, I think I need to have a look a little bit more closely. Okay, nothing I can do about the start. I have a checkpoint right here, need that. Then I need a checkpoint right there, need that. Can't skip anything here. There's no checkpoint across this entire thing, but I don't think I can skip anything. Maybe with enough speed you can jump and land somewhere around here, but maybe not. It might be too hard after that to turn. Then this is the last checkpoint I need. And from there, I either go to this with a jump across like that, or I go down to one of these two. Is there another one that I'm missing? I don't think so, and I don't think anything else would be faster. This is not a finish this time around. This isn't a finish either. Okay, so I don't see anything. So let's look at it. This is 1 block. This would be 2 blocks, 3 blocks, and a diagonal. This would be 1 block, 2 block, a diagonal, 3 blocks, and another diagonal. So it's... I mean, this is more direct, so in theory you'll keep more speed, but it's half a block further. Is what I'm calculating it to be. Because a diagonal is technically half a block, depending on the situation. In fact, I'm calculating it wrong, because this block doesn't matter. It'd be half a block here, then half a block here, and then finish. So I'm thinking maybe this is just better. Plus, it's more direct. We'll see what I end up feeling like after trying that a couple of times. Might be that I was mistaken on going down to the left. And you actually need to go forward. I don't know. It just feels like the going down line is harder to me. But maybe it's because I haven't done it properly on the right side yet. Also, that lower line there is better, so I want to jump more to the right. So I'm gonna line myself up for that from now on. Yeah, that's definitely better. Keep hitting walls everywhere. So this is one of those maps where the turns are pretty tight. And that's kind of one of the styles that I struggle with quite a bit more. Still feels like that's the natural way to go for me, but... Okay, that's not a bad one. Kinda got it wrong there. You know what? I might be wrong. Maybe it is harder to go for that right side line, because you need to also line up the jump better when you have a high speed. Okay, I missed that one. Yeah, I have a feeling that this is gonna be a tough map for me to go fast on. I do appreciate that the author time wasn't too crazy hard though. Because I feel like that's one of the things that they do sometimes with these weekly tracks. Sometimes they put the author time really strong. And to me, having a really strong author time on this type of challenge is actually not actually that good of a benefit, because people don't get to really feel like they're improving as much when it's to beat gold medals and author times and stuff like that. Although maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe other people are feeling like they're improving just from seeing their time improve. Okay, so that's a small improvement. I don't know if that's faster though. Still don't know if I like that right side line better. Hi, Emerald. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I think now that I had a good line, well, I say good line, a line that was faster, it felt harder to go to the right side and line up the jump at the end. So maybe it is more of the idea here. Okay, another improvement, so we are getting better and faster, which is good. It's what you want. Oh, I had a really fast line there. Man, landing, well, not landing, going close to the hole right there, not hitting the hole like I just did there, and still continuing with speed is not easy. Like, it's one of those weird maps that kind of forces you to do a crap ton of back and forth on the road to have the good line and good positioning and whatnot. So it is a bit of a strange map. There we go. That's actually a good time. Sub 18 seconds as well. Do I think people are gonna do sub 17? Maybe. That might be a possible thing. I think I'm losing a second. So I'm gonna come back to this later, but I think I've seen what the line has to be, unless I'm mistaken. Okay, that's definitely not the type of start that I want to see. That's... So map 3 is more often than not the pathfinding map. Oh, what the fuck is happening here? There's an end right there, okay. No, that's definitely not what I want. So doing this... I don't know... When I slow down there, I don't know if slowing down for the boost is actually genuinely faster. I mean, that's gonna be faster than my previous time. Oh my god, there's reactor booster on that? Okay. Let's try and just get a finish so that I can get a bit of a feel for the time. Oh my god, that's 5 seconds faster than auto time? Are you fucking joking me? I think that auto time is real easy. Because that PB of mine was honestly pretty bad. And I still don't know... Wow, okay, yeah. Like, is there a way for me to jump across there and do something better with that line? Like, jump here. Do you carry more speed if you do that? You might. I mean, I would need to get a decent jump down. That was faster technically. I think the idea is to do a bit of a mix of what I've just done. if you can somehow land on the dirt right there while going to the right at the start, it might just be better. I might need to have a better overview look of this. But I think I've seen what you need to do. And I don't like it because it's looking real weird. I mean, is there a better path that I'm still not seeing? Because I've yet to check the wide side over here. No, there's no way you're going that way. Okay, let's go have a look at FreeCam a little bit more. Alright, so there's no checkpoint here. In fact, these two are the only checkpoints. So you have to come here no matter what and get one of these two checkpoints. That is not an option. So this wall definitely exists to try and prevent you from jumping across this way. Except that my question becomes... that's a reset. What the fuck? What? There's another one here? Surely that's faster? But how? You go across like this? Go on the side? That has to be a box slide the entire way around, right? Like that's plastic, I assume? Yeah, there's nothing here. That's literally just to go around and do that. That's the hardest line that I can see. That's the third finish already. No endpoint in that circle. Okay, I think the bug slide line is the fastest line most likely, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Oh, actually, you have reactor booster. Maybe you actually... Maybe it's not actually that bad. I just need to line it up well enough and we'll be able to try that line. That is not the greatest landing that I could have done, I'll admit. I definitely need a better landing than that. Also, the back wall is also plastic, so maybe you bounce the back wall instead of bug sliding? I am not sure. That didn't feel that fast. Oh, yep, that's not what I wanted to do at the start. That's not even looking fast. There is either something I'm missing or I'm executing that line very, very poorly. Okay, well, I was a second faster getting there on that line. Yes, with much less speed, but a second faster at that point is good. That might even be faster if I can make it. Okay, no. I need to make sure that my lines are just better now. Okay, that little starting line looks right to me now, but it's really hard to get in to that little spot, except that I do think that going wide might just be the way, except I need to do it properly. I feel like I'm jumping too high to make that work. I mean, do I need to come from that side? Because I'm gonna get a bad landing if I come in from that side, thus losing some speed. No, that's wrong. Is there a way to get a zoop of some sort to get into the wall much faster? And does bounce way quicker? I don't know. I feel like this map right now is making me struggle way more than I was expecting it to. I'm gonna try and go for that first line again. Like, that start isn't even good. Oh my god. But obviously getting a sub 14 shouldn't be even a question. The thing is, what's the fastest line? Because at this point, I actually can't tell what the fastest line genuinely is. It's so hard for me to try lines after lines on this map to know what is good and what isn't. It's really weird. Oh man, that was actually not bad. I did lose control a little bit, but okay. Dang. I mean, I have a feeling that if I can do a better job of landing that, it would be faster. But I'm not so sure that it's what I want. Huh. Yeah. I mean, this is definitely a bit of a puzzle for me. I feel like most of the time on those pathfinding maps, I can do an okay job of figuring things out these days. But this feels like the first one in a while that I really feel like I'm completely wrong and off on. Which is kind of a weird thing for me right now. That feels wrong. But I would like to get that line decently, because I feel like I keep getting some bad landings. And if I could get a good one, maybe I could do an okay job. And maybe I could eventually beat the current PB I have. Yeah, because I'm struggling to make that turn. Actually, I can try something else too, which I haven't really tried. Oops, no, that's wrong. But, okay, if I could get a good line there, that'd be helpful. That wasn't good. Yeah, it feels like that dirt line is actually bad. That's a faster landing. So is that long line the move? It feels wrong to be using the furthest finish. It feels completely wrong to me to be using the furthest finish from the start. But I think the other ones are awkward enough that this might end up being the fastest, at least for me. Like, I'm still faster on that line than any other one. I just need to land it all better, I guess. If I can get a good start. Yeah, I mean, my current PB goes pretty close to that wall, but... Oh my god, I barely hit the right side. No, it doesn't even look like going far to the right is better. I think it's worse. That's actually interesting as well. So going... There's no place on this map where what you're expecting is right. That's so strange. I feel like this map just consistently defies my expectation of what should be and shouldn't be fast. Yeah, like that was actually not a bad lineup through there. Yeah, if I could do a bug slide on that, that'd be better, but I don't actually know if a bug slide is even possible on that line. Okay, well that's a new PB. I'm doing something wrong here. I don't know what it is. Because that line I'm doing now is definitely not the fastest, for sure. The question is, what is the fastest line? Because I'm definitely not doing it. Not at this time, at least. Like, is that inside line better with the outside start? And just trying to make this work or something? Like, I would need to have a line where I'm actually decently fast at the beginning to try that. God, that turn is gonna be a big annoyance for me on this map. There's also the fact that there's only one checkpoint on this map, which makes me feel like I might be missing something obvious. There's no way I can just jump across there. No, because I would need to turn around at the start. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Excuse me? Cruise control? Okay, let's go have a look at this. Let's explore the possibilities with that. Like, that doesn't feel fast enough to do anything. I mean, is that just the way you need to do that first line for it to be fast? Okay, let's be more intelligent about this. Actually, should I? Oh, okay, I think I see something. Okay, no, that's not it. Something like that at the start, maybe? Because if I have way more speed from going a bit further here, even though I get into some cruise control. Oh god. Okay, I need to be going a little bit further to the left. Even more to the left. No, okay. That's gonna be real hard if that's what they're expecting us to do. Nope. Am I even slower? I think I might have been even slower. Where else would I go with that cruise control? Was that just put there to prevent skipping like I'm doing right now? Is that just what this is? Because you get reset there anyways, but you've lost a lot of speed getting to that. And this here doesn't matter because the way to go fast here would be to go way close down here and then line it up and try to carry as much speed as you can, most likely with a speed drift. I don't think speed drifting that matters at all. Is it good to try and jump and try to land, as well as it might sound, like trying to land almost in the checkpoint? Man, this map is a tough one. Okay, I was trying to go really wide on purpose to line myself up better and test things, but don't know. Also, maybe you don't want to get that boost at the beginning and you just want to do this. don't know. Because that's not terrible, but... You can kind of make that, I think. Nah. Can't be doing that bad of a starting job. Yeah, I have a feeling that this is not one of the maps that I should be grinding. This is not that type of pathfinding that I'm gonna be good at. Maybe if I see the solution on that one, I would be able to do an okay job, but... that's not it for me. No. I don't know if you can make it above all of these. If you can, it definitely lines you up kinda well, though. Okay, that might be actually it. I had an almost perfect lineup on that one. Okay. No, that's not it. That is definitely not what you want. Okay, start, I guess. Oh god, no, no. I think I'm starting to see what I want from this map now. I think even from this I can still kind of try it. But now I'm starting to see that the initial boost is genuinely better. You need it. You really do need it. I didn't have the speed there, so I didn't have the jump height and distance that I needed. And the hand is about to start, so I'm not gonna move on to the next map for now. To allow people watching to see me discover the new map. Oh god, that was a bad one. Because what this looks like is, at least to me, it looks like I'm getting to the checkpoint at roughly the same time on both maps. Or at least comparable time. Because I'm at around the same point in the map. The difference is that my current PB goes to a checkpoint that is like 1 or 2 blocks further, which is why the checkpoint has a different time. Okay. Yeah, my PB goes to a slightly further checkpoint and then goes to a much further end line. And because it's a much further end line, it makes me feel like I can gain from being in a much shorter finish. But I think it's gonna rely on kind of a weird, buggy and luck-based landing, potentially. At least for me, it's gonna be lucky. Yeah, I lost a bunch of speed randomly there. Well, not randomly, I hit the wall. Yeah, this is roughly what I need, but I need to be just a bit further to the right, which means that I need to initiate the jump a little further to the left so that I can have a tiny bit, just a tiny bit more rightward momentum for the end section. Oh my god. Kinda hate this start as well. Just doesn't feel good to me. Yep. Okay, so I was lacking on speed on that one, which I think came from a bad drift. Yeah, that's that thing. The lineup is not easy to get, and my head is hard to reset whenever I see my ghost going the wrong direction. In fact, what is the... I always forget what the shortcut is to remove the ghost. Yeah, I think that might just not be a bad move for me to do it this way. Oh my god, I keep messing it up. It's so annoying. Alright, and ad break is essentially done. So I'm gonna move on from this. I think I know what I want to grind for this map. But I might also just have a look at what people have found on that pathfinding map this week. Because I don't feel like I see a good line on it just yet. Alright, let's go have a look at this. Map 4 looks kind of full speedy right now. Okay. Well, that top line is faster, so I'm happy I got it on first try. Also, that was a really good first try on this map. Very strong first discovery line. Okay, so this is more of a full speed type map, which full speed is something I enjoy. I wouldn't say I'm good at it, but I can do an okay job with it. My speed drifting is not horrible. Like, it's okay. I can kind of understand how to do it. I can kind of do it myself. So I can definitely learn a speed drifty map like this pretty easily. Got a bit of a speed drift start there. Kind of dropped that speed drift right there. Okay, that was a bad mid transition for that jump. Okay, that start is a little bit... I mean, it's a little bit strange. But... I feel like that start just keeps forcing me to drop my drift at weird spots that I don't enjoy. And there's definitely zero way that the further one is faster, because that's just not happening. Okay, so this is just a big ass speed drift map and nothing more. That's easy to understand. What are gonna be all the small imperfections that I need to correct? Obviously not hitting the wall at the beginning is very important, so I need to make sure that I have a good line that safety makes it across there, that doesn't also hit the left side wall after. So starting high might not be bad. Okay, if I had expected what was going to happen there, maybe I could have corrected it. Okay, I need to stop being scared of that first turn, because I keep stopping a drift early that would help me make it across that first turn. Yeah, just like that. That's good. Okay, that's also good. Yeah, I was a little bit far to the right. Yep. Bad lineup there. I could see the lineup wasn't great, but I mean, it was possible to catch. Alright, that first turn has a fairly wide margin of error, but still scared of it. God, that's what I hate about this first turn, is the fact that I'm scared of hitting the outside wall, so most of the time my corrections end up making me hitting the inside wall. Yeah. Going up high on that wall isn't actually good either. Okay, I might actually have to go and see what that final map is, because I have a feeling that this is one of those maps here that I don't mind grinding at all, but it might take me a while to see proper improvement or a decent amount of focus. That's the other thing that might be required for me for this map, just a lot of focus. Well, that's not too bad. Sub 17 would be nice. Yeah, that was a bad jump. Ooh. Yeah. Oh god, okay. Okay, so that first one here isn't too annoying anymore. I kind of get it. Like, yeah, I'm still messing it up every so often, but I kind of get it. But the faster I can carry speed over here, the worse of a lineup I end up getting. For the midsection, sadly. Yeah, that's this Little landing. I think if I land in the downslope, it's actually an issue. So the higher, the better on that landing. Yeah, that's definitely one of those that the higher the landing, the better it's gonna be. Then make sure that I get a good line here. That's not bad, but not great either. Not good enough. Okay. Not bad. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. Nope, that's not really good. That's so high, that's probably not gonna be good. Bad down section there, sadly. Okay, that wasn't bad on speed, but I lost a bunch of time before the end line. That's kind of weird. I think that my current PB has like a pretty decent mid-section. Like it's got a bad start, decent mid-section, and not great end, but a good end, but not great. So I can often be ahead by the end of the first turn, but then the midsection is worse than my PB almost every time. And then I can catch up at the end. Sometimes, actually not on that one, but... Ooh, that was actually pretty good. Okay, so that showed me something very, very good right there. That I did almost accidentally. But you can get an almost straight line across that little jump. So this one matters, yes, but the second one needs to be really high up, I think. In fact, both jumps need to be really high up. That way you get way less of an issue. Oh, that was too high. I bumped on that. Interesting. Okay, so definitely now this actually is a pretty good PB. I don't want to say that it's amazing or the perfect lines, but it's definitely looking strong. Although to be fair, anything in the top 5,000 or close to it is generally getting into the fairly strong territory. Considering there's often over 200,000 people playing these maps, getting a score that goes near the top 5,000 is generally a good sign. I know some of these maps have less people than others, but I also know that some of them have a lot of people playing them. And Full Speed has a lot of people who specialize in Full Speed as well. So it wouldn't surprise me that we're seeing a bunch of the Full Speed players being at the top for this map. I don't recognize all the Full Speed players, so it can be tough for me to know who they are. I feel like I don't see a recognizable name from me at this time. I feel like I saw something on that run. Where is that? Is it? No, there's no way you can do anything here. These you can go across. Is there any chance that you can ignore that down section entirely and just jump across here? That'd be nuts, but I don't know if you can gain from that or not. I know you don't get the red boost, but the red boosters, but the red boosters are also partially spent going uphill and turning at the same time, whereas this would be straight. I think you've got enough speed that you can make that fairly cleanly. I don't know how far you would go. I don't know if it's even worth trying. I feel like it's not gonna be fast, but I would like to try it once. See if that's even worth exploring. Oh, that's not even a good line. Well, I actually landed it. I'm impressed. Honestly, it didn't feel slow. That might just be a better line, strangely enough. I wonder how much luck I had on that run. Because it felt like I dodged a bunch of random shit that could have messed me up as well. Okay, well that's definitely not something that I was expecting to hit me. That is so close to my PB. And I was slower than my PB getting there. Dang. I think for real the red booster is indeed faster, but it's honestly not by much. Because I know for a fact that I did not make use of the red booster perfectly even in my PB. So better than that run that I just had. That's not a good one. That's definitely not a good one. Went too far to the right there. Okay, no. Let's go see the last map. I feel like I can go faster on this full speed map, but I still want to go have a look at the last map. Oh, okay. Well, to begin with, that's... Oh god. It's another random ass log-based map, it seems. Okay, can we please get some speed? Thank you. Oh, I'm just gonna finish this for the sake of having at least somewhat of a time reference to know if I'm fast or not. Okay, that's not bad. Could have been better. Okay, well that's auto time. Alright, now this is gonna be a completely random ass map, whether or not I can do well or not. Okay, yeah. Wondering about going over in that way. No. That's definitely slower. No, it's gonna have to be a bunch of decent plastic bounds. I kinda don't want to land on my wheels. Kind of ever. Oh my god. Oh, decent bounce. Okay, that's actually still fine. I mean, even that, like, I'm still nowhere close to the top. Makes me want to try going much further to one side and see if we can... And we've lost immediately here. That's kind of slow now. And we're bumping backwards, yeah. Okay, that's actually not bad. I feel like I'm going into a decent direction there. Okay, I mean, that's still not too horrible. No, I'm obviously not going all that direct, so maybe there's a better direct, straightforward line. And as soon as I land on the ground, it's immediately a bad thing. Okay. Nah. You somehow need to have a really strong bounce that sends you forward, which is gonna be rough. Oh, thank you for the streak, Mio. Did you lose the streak again? I thought you had a bigger streak building back up. Should have stopped my rotation a while ago. I feel like I keep just lining myself up straight for one of the bumps every time. Okay, I need to use air braking a lot more. When I have a good position. I didn't actually have a good position there kind of at any time. Okay, I mean that's not bad. That's flying direct too. Okay, that's better. Kind of would like to get a bit of a better time than what I currently have. Oh, that's a bad bounce. No, that's not beating it. Could have been better. Okay, that's not bad, but I bounced onto that. Nope. Can't hit that. I don't know if going that far... No, that's definitely not good. You need a low one, I think. Yep, that's not gonna help. Yeah, I think I lost too much speed on that one. Oh, that definitely wasn't it. I feel like there's a bit of strategy on this, but not much. Maybe with a good bounce there? No, that was a bad bounce. I needed a tiny bit more speed. That went so sideways. Yeah, this is gonna be one of those maps that people are gonna be grinding a lot for the lucky bounce, I think. So I don't expect to do all that good. Plus, I don't think I have great strategies for these type of maps at this time. Okay, well, I didn't lose too much speed there. I mean, that was still not that slow. Oh god, that's a bad bounce again. That actually wasn't bad, but yeah. God, That was a low one, but even though it was a low one, it wasn't actually going in a good direction. Okay, well that's not terrible. I think I'm making a mistake of trying to go like too forward, and I actually should be slightly more diagonal. Let's try and... Nope, that was a bad bounce. There's no way. I'm already behind. Yeah. I really feel like I'm missing something. No, that's not it. Yeah, decent launch, but the fact that I'm landing on my wheels is an issue on that run. Oh god. Yeah, that's bad. I wonder if I can do something weird like this. No, that didn't actually help. Maybe a different angle would work. I mean, I would like a 12-second run because clearly people are getting that. That is not great. And I keep getting some weird ass angles where I end up in between two checkpoints. And landing that way is not gonna lend me any benefit. Oh god, yeah, no, that's not good. Okay. Ooh, that's bad. No. It's gonna land on the wheels. I need to land on my back every run, otherwise there's no way to go fast if I land on my wheels. Every time I land on my wheels, I'm losing a bunch of speed. Okay, good bounce, good bounce. Not great bounce, and I didn't land in the finish. That's kind of the type of run that I need to have, but with a better early bounce, really. Can you just do that? No. I'm wondering if there's any chance that you can do something even crazier than what I'm doing. Either going way further out and then correcting, because maybe you get more more boosters. Maybe the wider you go, the faster you go, and thus the better. Should I be going like really far like that and trying to target the very corner of the area? feel like I'm losing so much time trying to go that far wide though. It definitely gives me way more speed though. I feel like it's a combination of those two things that I need. Like going really wide for a crap ton of boost and somehow getting a good bounce that sends me kind of more forward after that. And that one sent me backwards. Like I'm going straight into the water that way. Feels like that's completely wrong though. No, I landed on my wheels. You don't want to land on your wheels. Landing on your wheels in any way, shape or form is a guaranteed loss. I mean, unless I get a crazy bounce, there's no way. No, I'm already slower. That might not be a bad bounce. It wasn't really good though. Yeah, I feel like this is one of those maps that I don't really know how to go fast enough. Okay, so we're gonna stop there on that one. I don't think I'm gonna be getting much better on that last map. Okay, that pathfinding map I think I need to spend more time on my own time. Either to figure it out better or just to look at what people are doing because I feel like I'm not understanding it well. This one I think I can do better on the first two. Surely I can actually improve on both of these. Oh god, why am I going so close to the wall right now? That's not gonna help. There we go, that's definitely gonna be better. Oh, well, not if I bump into that wall though. I don't know why, but it feels like every time that I do weekly discoveries, I feel like I'm rusty when I start every single time. So the first map or two, I'm not performing all that well. And then when I go back, I'm actually able to do a much better job. Nope, that's too much drifting too, so... Okay, not good enough. Oh my god, are you joking me? Yeah, my lineup to the end was not good, so I was losing speed constantly in every section. Yeah, that was completely wrong. I put the gas on too early. Oh my god, I keep trying that I'm gonna make... Oh, I keep thinking that I'm gonna be making a corner and I'm barely not. And I barely hit the center there. Okay, that's wrong. Oh, I feel like I'm not actually doing well on this one again. I don't know what it is about the shorts for this week, but I feel like there's only one that I'm really feeling like I can do good this week. The full speed map is the only one that I feel flows well for me. Every other map I can't really get a decent flow for. I almost had a decent line on that one. Okay, that's not bad. The thing is, not bad isn't good enough for that end line. I need to have a really low... I need to go... Oh my god, I kept hitting everything, every little corner there. Oh, hi, Homilis. Thank you for coming by. Oh god. No, that's not it. That is definitely not it. Oh my god, why am I braking there? Don't want to be braking there. Okay, oh, that's not great. By the way, you made a full track of the day if you want to try it. I might not be doing custom tracks today. Maybe a different day. I kind of am not feeling up to doing custom tracks today. Kind of just want to learn the weekly shorts, especially considering I'm struggling with this week's weekly shorts. Meaning that I definitely have a lot to learn from them. So I think I'm gonna want to kind of learn from this one a bit more. That's not good. Okay, I mean, that's still... Yeah, that's not good. Okay, not terrible. No, that line that I'm doing right now keeps me really high up most of the time. I need to change that. I think this is better. It's just for the scenery. Yeah, even if it's just for checking the scenery, I would rather not do custom maps today. I feel like I need something a bit familiar today that I can focus on, and the weekly short is kind of what I was planning to do. So I don't really want to switch my plan for today. I really need to keep my focus on one thing. Maybe next time though. Okay. Man, I'm struggling on that line. I feel like I need to introduce an extra drift is what my issue is. There's something I'm doing wrong on this map for sure. Well, that turn was wrong right there, but I can tell that that was wrong. Okay, nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not happening. Yeah, man, even if you spend 14 hours to make the map, I don't feel like it today, so I'm not gonna be checking it today. I'm gonna tell you now, having you insist more and more and more is not gonna make me want to check it more. It's not about being rude, man. It's about the fact that I told you 3 times before and you just keep insisting. So I don't want to feel rude, but it gets a little bit annoying when I have to keep repeating myself on the same person multiple times. Like, it's different if 5 people come during the stream for the same type of thing, but if it's the same person over and over, that's way more annoying. Yeah, I understand, but like, even if it's a joke, you need to be careful about it, because through text, jokes are much harder to convey through text. So you need to be careful about jokes through texts, or you need to have a much, well, having it be written a bit more clearly. All right. Yeah, I mean, that's a better line at the end, but I had to slow down so much to get that. No, that's wrong. I keep wanting to turn in too early. Okay, good line there. Not great. No, that's not making it. Okay, not bad. Oh no, that was a bad one. I didn't get the drift, I only got a break from that line. That was too much braking again. Oh, I got the low line. Perfect. Oh, but I missed the lineup after. Oh god, yeah, that would have been really hard to make as a turn. This map is just so much back and forth on the road to position yourself properly every turn. It's really hard to decide where I want to be on at any point in time. Ooh. Nah. Couldn't actually get in position for that. That was a little too far. No, that's not making the turn, yeah. Man, it's tough sometimes to actually get the proper lineup. There we go, that's actually better. Oh, no, that's not happening. Thank you for the 3 stream streak, Auremulus. It's actually nice to see some people coming back from time to time. I feel like every time that I get new people, it's not easy to get them to come on a regular basis, so it's very appreciated to see you coming back. I will say that I definitely feel like being a variety streamer is actually an issue at times. Because I get people that come only for Trackmania or only for the collabs and stuff like that. Which is cool, but I do feel like I still need some people that come back for me a bit more. But I do think that there's some people that actually do come back for me from time to time now, so it's actually nice to have a bit more of that. Oh, that's not great. I might go and try map 1 for a bit, because I feel like this map is just not getting in my head today. No, I'm not saying that you're only here to ask for mapping. I'm just saying that it's pretty clear to me that you are more interested in Trackmania, which is completely fine. But I'm definitely seeing that there's a trend that some people are here for the Trackmania, some people are not interested whenever I do something else. I'm not saying just you, it's more than just you. There's definitely... I've definitely noticed that I actually get more views on my own when I stream Trackmania. But it's not always easy to get a bit of everything. Yeah, it's good to have your own identity. You find that variety streamers are your favorite. You like to branch off and see something new. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I could not be somebody that streams only one game, because while I will get hyperfixations on some games from time to time, once the hyperfixation drops off for a game, it's quite likely that I'm not gonna touch that game for weeks or even months. So it's kind of a weird one for me. Oh, right. Okay, so this is the one. You got to go though? You got D&D in 45 minutes? Hey, no problem. Thank you for passing by. And thank you, Ahamelis. I hope you have a good day. And I hope your D&D session goes well too. Oh, Okay, I'm eating the dirt. Well, the grass a little bit more now. And it's definitely not helping. There's something I'm doing wrong on this map too. And it's definitely not the start, because I don't think the start is wrong in any way. Don't think there's any potential for anything different at the start. I think this beginning jump might still be wrong though. The thing is, I don't know what I'm doing wrong on this map. Is it just that we have 15,000 people within half a second? Is that why my score is so low compared to what I'm used to seeing? Or is there something I'm completely missing? Because I have to take both of these checkpoints, then I have to take this one, and then go straight to that. Okay, that's decent. Maybe I should do more air braking. No, that's not a good line. I need to be low on that. I know, if I want to go across the grass, it's gonna be higher than that. Because otherwise I'm gonna get way too much grass penalty. Yeah, that's not good. That's a little too far to the right. Oh, going across the grass there is not good either. Okay, I think I need to have a look here because I'm definitely missing something. Question is, what am I missing? I don't see a booster. I don't see anything that I could have missed. And I guess I don't have to go through that one specifically, but otherwise what? I go across the grass? Is the grass gonna be better? Like what? Do I want to evade the jump altogether? Maybe that's what I want to do. And then what? Over here at the end, is there anything that I'm missing? Is there a booster in the trees? Does it seem like it? There's no booster higher up. There's no finish straight over here or back there. It's kind of a weird one. Okay, so let's try and see if I can do something. Oh god, that's not as simple as I expected it to be. Okay, let's see if I do. No, that's so much slower. You're losing so much time lining up for that. So that is definitely not it. It's so hard to call. Okay. Oh. I accidentally hid my chat. Should still have that before me. Alright, no, because that's just not happening. Maybe I should go back to that little jump that I saw that might be decent, but I feel like it was not gonna be good at all. No, you lose way too much time. That simply does not work at all. The thing is that I don't even think that doing airtime reduction on that crest jump is worth doing. But maybe I should try it a bit more. Maybe I need to be really tight on the inside the entire way around and try to airtime reduce this jump. I would need a good landing though, because that landing that I just had was bad. Okay, well that's not a good landing either. I mean, yeah, gain back speed faster and acceleration faster, but I think I'm losing too much in exchange for that. No, there's just no way. That's not faster. I mean, yeah, that's slower. And then I can't even make that. There's no way that's gonna work unless I can get a bit more direct and gain way more speed. That's not even close to being way more speed. Maybe from here. Oh yeah, I was getting more speed, but is it worth losing 0.25 to gain the speed here? I lost 3 seconds to go get less speed. That's not helpful. That's the same speed. Got a better angle here, but it's not gonna matter. Okay, I can't tell what they're doing here. There's something they're doing, and I can't find it. Like, as far as I can tell, there isn't any other kind of linked checkpoint here either. Why am I so far down the list? That's just weird. There's definitely something I'm not seeing on this one. This week is rough for me. I feel like I'm not finding the path on the pathfinding map. The last map is very luck based and I'm gonna have to grind it. The first two maps I'm struggling. First map I can't find the fast line apparently, and the second map I'm struggling to get it done. So my only good map this week is a speed map, which is very interesting because I'm okay on speed maps, but I wouldn't say that I'm amazing at them. Because yeah, I can do an okay job on those speed maps. And I'm for sure able to get a better time on this map for sure. Like at least a sub 17 is something I can do. Well, I will need to get a good start to begin with. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna also have to understand what it is that I did really good on my current PB, which part of it is obviously great lines, but I think it's more than just great lines. I think I got a couple of extra things that I'm not used to getting really well. So I'm gonna pay attention to my ghosts quite a bit more. I got a very early uphill at the very end on my PB, which I'm not sure how much I normally try to do that. I'm not even sure if it's good. Maybe it's just quite a bit faster than I expected to be to get that really early. To get that very early, I don't know. Okay, I'm definitely struggling to hit my start this time. It's gonna take me a couple minutes to just come back to what I'm used to. Okay, no, that's not happening. Kind of a bad landing. Okay, that end was better. I feel like it's not good to do the very early end, but without having a few more comparable runs, it's gonna be a bit hard for me to know for a fact. But it feels like I gained way too much speed at the end compared to my PB. Okay, so that's actually not bad. I'm starting to be getting pretty happy with this, at least on this map. Sub 17 was definitely the mark to go for me for now. And unless I find a much better strat, I suspect that a 19.8 is roughly the best I can expect to do. I do feel like pros might do 19.5 though. But that's gonna require better speed drifting than what I'm reliably capable of doing. And just keeping better lines as well. Oh, okay. I think that line wasn't too bad. But I had a bad start, so I tried to risk a little harder to catch up. Yeah, I'm going a little bit wide sometimes, and my speed drifting ends up suffering for it. That was actually a good end. If I had a better first half, that would have been a good PB, maybe. Okay, yeah, I'm starting to try and land as high up as I possibly can on that. I think it's faster to do that. Oh my, yeah, it's kind of hard to do though. Being as far to the left as possible. Yeah, I think that's what I need to really go fast, but now that I'm really pushing it and trying to go as close as I can to those walls, yeah, that's what I'm gonna end up getting a lot more now. I'm gonna be getting some very light bumps and hitting walls on the corners and stuff like that. I think that's definitely the way to go faster though. Just landing as high as possible on all of the jumps except the first one. The first one you want to be pretty low down. Well, actually more in the middle really. Like that's too high. I lose a lot. Probably want to be pretty low actually. So I'm thinking... Oh, that was way too much drift after the landing. It's pretty clear to me though that this grass at the beginning exists so that I can start a bit of a slide early. Meaning you really want to slide early. Then I need to have a better drop down there. Damn, that end was actually pretty good. I messed up the final little bit of it though. Oh. No, no, I lost control there. Yeah, I'm taking more risks because I want to go faster, which I need to be doing now. But for me, which is already struggling in a normal situation with being consistent, more risks means I'm struggling even more to land good runs. Okay, well, let's try and make it past the pole. Bad start, really bad start. No drift at all. I mean, I was keeping up. Oh god, no, that was way too much across the dirt. That dirt section is very, very important to do right. If you mess up the dirt section, you're pretty much guaranteed to have a bad time for the end section. Okay, I did not technically hit the wall, but the line was slow. Also, I don't know if I can go between the poles at that very last section. I think you won't be able to make it. Love to know if it works though. Okay. Kind of wish I had the slightly better time with that start as well. I feel like I need a more consistent lineup for the start because I'm so often slower and down on time. Like, that's not terrible. Oh, but I bumped. So I jumped a little too high. Yeah. Tried to carry all the speed there. Got punished for it. Man. I could get a top 1000 time on this map, I'd be really happy. Okay, that's definitely... Okay. No. I mean, you might be able to make that line between the pillars and the checkpoint. Well, the pillar and the checkpoint, technically. It's just one pillar. Like, that might be possible to land. I just don't know if it's fast and if it would actually help for the end line. But the more I look at it, the more it feels like it's possible. I just would like to land it once and learn whether or not I lose a bunch of speed. Because I think you have a little bit too much of a down angle coming at it. But I've seen some of these low angle ones still work. So I would like to try it. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure you can just make that. Okay, well, I should have backed up more. Or maybe I should just reset from checkpoint and try it from checkpoint. That way I could learn without having a full run that I need to commit to every time. Come on, I'm almost able to get there. Oop, no, I didn't turn on that one. Ooh, that wasn't actually good. Oh no, I think the little skip across is actually an issue. Yeah, I think it's actually not gonna work at all. Like, if you want to skip something, you're better to come this way and do this. Also, oh, I reset? Okay, I didn't expect to actually reset there. I thought I had done the proper checkpoint reset, but okay. Yeah, if I can get a good run and get that good end, I would be really happy with my time no matter what, even if it's not that good in the positioning. All I need is a comparable start and the best end that I can give it. Oh no, I was a little too far to the left. Yeah, no, I went too low on that jump. Okay, I'm losing speed here. Better landing though. I mean, I'm trying to maintain my speed drift in that final section a bit more, and it's making it much harder to make it up the hill. But because I'm maintaining so much more speed, I think it's still worth doing. Yeah, this is now a bit more of a focus mode and try to get a decent run going. Not a great end there, but an okay one. Not enough angle on that. I need a tiny bit more of an angle to the right so that I can make it with full speed drift the entire way. Something like that is actually decent. Okay, that's a small improvement. I mean, I'm kind of happy with that, but also felt like the start was a little weak. And the midsection was also not great. Yeah, that's kind of more the start that I had in the previous run. And then I made a correction that I shouldn't have made. I was actually fine. Okay. Okay, I missed the end a tiny bit. But that's more the end that I kind of want to have. So that start is good. Had a good start, but a bad end on this one. Had a good start there, and then I kind of messed it up. Nope. Correction to the left, didn't need to do that. Okay. My god, I keep... No, that one had a bunch of bad jumps. I think every single one of the jumps on that one was at a weird angle that I didn't need to have. Okay, went too far to the left on that one. Oh my god, okay. I got a bunch of speed at a time that I wasn't expecting. So I actually failed to make the final section. And I can tell that I still have some speed I can get in that final sector. There's definitely a little bit more I can get from the final speed drift. My starts are typically not great. My middle section I can do pretty good. That was actually a really good end. Not the best, but a good one. Because you don't want to jump at that end section. You actually want to crest the hill and continue to run alongside the top. So, wow, okay. That's almost exactly the line you want, really. But at speed and with a good run. No, that's not it. Okay, start. Nah. Messed it up. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know where I lose my speed on some of the jumps. Makes it feel like sometimes my landing are good and sometimes they're kind of bad. I know it's possible to get completely bugged landings, but those typically lose you like 40-50 speeds instantly, and what I'm losing on most of these are more like 10 speed. And they also don't feel like they're actually bugged landing. It feels more like me having the wrong line in most of them. To be fair though, I keep getting some really low 17 runs, and it's probably very hard for most people to get that. So I shouldn't be too annoyed at myself for getting these times. Oh, okay, yeah. Need to be careful about that one. Wrong angle. Yeah, no. I messed up the speed drift on that last one. It's the early first part here that you can get a little bit of speed drifting, and I can get it to start, and I can maintain it most of the time, but I end up in bad lines oftentimes, and I need to correct. Yeah, as long... I feel like right now, as long as I can get a run that matches the start that I have or does better, I can probably get a better end. Because I feel like my end is getting more consistent now. That was not good. Although that might have been good, I don't know. I had a little bit of a bump which sent me forward. I don't know if I lost speed on it or if it helped me land earlier. That's one or the other. It looked like I lost speed on it. I think I'm constantly evading going low on that turn, and I shouldn't be evading going low as much as I am, because I think you really want to get a little bit lower than what I do most of the time. No, that's not good either. Okay. No. The only way I could make that turn properly was going between the pole and the checkpoint, and I already know that that's just not possible because it's not flat enough. Nice! Top 1000 time. Oh my god, almost a 16.8. Very close to a 16.8. Kind of wish I had gotten the 16.8. It's definitely... I mean, it's definitely possible for me to get one. I feel like I need to be a bit careful at the start, but not too careful. Because right now I'm being very careful and not going very far to the left at the very beginning, and it's actually kind of hurting my chance at a better line for the rest, I think. Okay, well, definitely want to be further to the right for that. Interesting, I keep messing up on that start now. God. Okay. Oh my god, these runs right now are definitely struggling. I feel like I'm trying to go a little lower for that first drop so that I can get less airtime while also while also getting a slightly more direct line as well. But because I'm trying to drift every time, it's possible that you don't want to drift that one at the start at all and thus have grip instead, because I don't think you need to. Although I say that, but it's kind of a hard call to make. Okay, on that one I hesitated. I thought I was gonna go into the hole to the left. Yeah. Trying to implement a slightly better start line and trying to figure it out. I feel like trying to implement that better start line is gonna be an issue though. No. Can't go too far down to the left though. I mean, that's still a good run, but it's not what I want. I definitely want to improve. Getting one more improvement would be nice for today. But I don't feel like there's much more I can get from my current lines. Although maybe what I just did right now isn't bad. So doing something like this and angling it later, although I didn't angle it early enough on that one. No, that definitely isn't good. At least not in the way I'm doing it now. Okay. No, bad. Wow, I was kind of catching up, but I was so far behind. That was very comparable to my PB. And it was another sub 17 time. Any sub 17 time is actually amazing when you look at it according to their ranking. It seems that getting sub 17 guarantees you kind of a top 3000 time right now, which at the very least is a top 5% of the player base at this time, I assume. Although I say that, I don't actually know how many people have played this map specifically. I know it's pretty frequent that the weekly shorts get over 100,000 players on on the maps. I know the weird maps tend to get less people, but this is not a weird map. This is a very straightforward spin map, so I'm suspecting that this week this map could very well be the most played one. Okay. Man, that's not... It's not easy to get the perfect line every time for the start. And then transitioning this into that section is not easy if you really want to get the ideal exit line. No. Didn't get it enough there, needed a tad bit more. Okay. That's not bad. That is also not bad. I just got a Discord message. I want to make sure that it's not something important. That is not the message that I got immediately. Oh, that's the one. Okay, it's not anything important as of right now. Okay, good to know. Let me make sure that I'm back on my chat so that I can see what's happening. Alright. Yeah, getting an extra decent time would be great, but I'm feeling like it's starting to be one of those cases where I need to grind a lot. Well, that's the the 16.8 that I wanted at least. Okay, I might stop grinding this map here for now. I think I'll be happy with that for this map. I will go and have a look at this map again, just a little bit, but I suspect that I'm not gonna get much of an improvement on this map. Yeah. I'm wondering if I should be... I really feel like this needs to be a specific line that I'm not seeing. There has to be some sort of lunch. Also, why is there even that circle? Like, is going straight just that strong that we need to have that circle blocking us? Because if it is, then that means you really want to try and do something like this. But even then, that's getting like a perfectly centered run here is gonna be very hard. Okay, I mean, that was kind of close to centered, but... No, I'm definitely not getting a good line there. Okay, well, we got launched, and I'm on my back. We got a bad bounce on that one, though. That launch... If you get launched like that, I believe it's just completely broken. You can't actually get much out of it. Okay, let me... Okay, no, that's gonna hit wrong. So I'm trying different air braking time, including some that I can barely see. Because I think that it needs to be the right type of air brake. I feel like you need something that is at least somewhat direct. Because you can't really go too far wide if you want to have a decent time. I mean, that's not a bad launch, but I'm gonna land kind of wrong. Yeah. Going back on my wheels there. And hitting these. This is so luck based. I think I'm going too wide again. And I immediately hit something that makes me lose speed too. Well, obviously I land on my wheels and lose all my speed. Then I don't even make it. That's not actually a bad launch. And immediately got a terrible one. And if you don't even make it like that, you can't finish, which is even more annoying. No. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. Oh no. No. The other one's almost done. And no. I feel like there's got to be a way to get a better launch that I'm not actually understanding. So I hit the starter platform on that one. Actually, I feel like there's something I'm not considering, which is the fact that I might need to angle it before I do hit the boosters, and that way I don't actually need to steer on the boosters. Because I think steering on the boosters probably make me lose speed. Well, that's not bad. Did get a good amount of speed, but yet again, Okay, well that was a decent end bounce. Kind of a fast bounce there. Good for 13.9, but not really what you want. Okay, no, that's bad. Okay, what about this? Straight into the first bump. Okay, decent first launch. And that's not great, and then I'm in between the two checkpoints, of course. Couldn't get a decent lineup for the end, huh? That's gonna be bad. Oh no. That was not great. Kind of... No. Kind of trying to figure out where I should go. That lost me so much speed. Nah. Okay. I had a speed on that too. You lose so much speed on some of these bounces, it's actually nuts. Okay, well that's not happening. You can't actually do well if you land on that. I mean, that's a good bounce, and that's a terrible one. No, I lost like 400 speed on that. I was close to hitting a good spot. Let's try this. Maybe that's just better. Went in between. Okay, I mean, not great. Didn't really go the way I wanted to. I think I lost all my speed there. I think I landed on my wheels 3 times on that one. Okay, I mean, I did land on top of that. Yep, no, that's not good. I do think that trying to go for the boost earlier is actually good. Oh my god. Keep getting bad bounces though. And landing on my wheels too. That's not something that you want. I mean, 13.9 again. Okay, well, I'm going straight for that. Okay, yeah. Kinda wish I could get at least one decent bounce. Just one time not going straight into one of these would be pretty cool too. And obviously I go straight into that immediately. Well, going high, but high doesn't mean bad, except when you land in the very middle of one of those holes. Okay, that's a good launch actually. And I go right in between all of them. Yep. Okay, cool. I'd like to, you know. Man, I would like to stop the rotation sometimes in the right way. Oh god. Oh, why did I stop it like that? Oh, it doesn't matter anyways. I would have bounced backwards. Okay, well. Okay, I mean, we'll see. But yeah, nah. Okay, that's not too bad. Never mind, that's terrible. I mean, could be a decent bounce, and nope, obviously not. But this is a very luck-based map. Kind of wish I could get just one decent bounce to the end. I mean, it's almost the best time I've gotten anyways, so I can't be angry at that. And we're gonna land on our wheels, yep. You can't gain speed from landing on your wheel, which is kind of the sad part. There's no boosters, there's nothing on the ground that could help you either launch yourself back or just do something useful. I feel like I keep missing out on the fact that I could try and learn some of the lineups a little bit more. I mean, that's not bad. Except I landed right in the backwards part of the hole. And I'm gonna land on my wheels again, aren't I? Oh, maybe not. But we're slow and we miss the checkpoints. Alright, again. Not great, but not terrible either. If only they had used something that wasn't as punishing as circle finishes, because this map definitely is just luck. And to me, for weekly shorts, a fully only luck map, it just doesn't feel as satisfying. I mean, don't mind some amount of luck in the map, but this one is pretty much pure luck and nothing else. It's just about whether or not you're gonna be able to get kind of a lucky lineup where you can get somewhat of a good bounce to the end. Second I get a decent bounce is when I get kind of fucked over by something else. Good bounce on that, and then nothing else mattered. Okay. That's not a bad launch, but it's not enough. I really, really need way more than just that. Even that initial one is terrible, but then you get that. And I am in the air so freaking long. I could have maybe landed in one of the top ones, which would have been faster. But not by like 2 minutes, not 2 minutes, 2 seconds faster. Would have been just barely faster. And then there's these runs where you're like not even able to make it into any of the checkpoints. Oh, of course, I hit something wrong, so now I'm losing speed. Yep. There's a lot of speed from a bad launch like that. And I shouldn't even continue them because I'm already on a PB that's too fast to benefit from a bad launch. I also think it's about time for me to probably end the stream, and if I want to get better times on this map, I'm gonna have to grind them on my own time. Because I'm not sure I really want to go back today for some of these other maps. This week definitely felt like a very weak few maps for me, really. It felt like there was only one map that I was able to do kind of okay at, and then there's this map which is luck based, which doing good in luck based map is just about how much time you put into it, really. So there isn't really anything I can do about doing great in this map unless there's a trick that I don't know about that people have figured out. And it's not impossible considering there's 21,000 people faster than me. But even then, like, what do I expect? Like, it's not gonna be a miracle. I'm sure the top time is gonna be a very lucky bounce. Don't think there's much more that you can do than just getting a good bounce. And a couple good air brakes, I guess. But like, what do I expect now? Like, I got an okay air brake there, and I landed on my wheel and had to aim for some sort of jump. Although maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to do a decent first air brake into hoping that I land on something that I can do a low jump for. Maybe that's just what I need to do and I didn't try to line myself up for something good like that. What if I tried to do... Because I'm trying to see if I can get one of those early landing type of run. That didn't land anywhere close to good. And that bounce is gonna be bad. Yeah, going sideways. That's definitely not helpful. Okay, no. Okay, I mean, that's good until I hit that. Okay, good bounce there. Then we get that. And we just bounce to the end in terrible ways. And now I lost all my speed. Okay. I think that's it for today. Today's maps were not to my liking, personally. There was one that I enjoyed, but for the most part, it felt like I had a bunch of weird and really awkward maps that I don't really feel are good for my style of playing of the game. The full speed map was great. Definitely like that one. Might grind that one even for the rest of the week, or at least a little bit. The luck map, well, it's a luck map. I do like doing some luck maps from time to time. I might do a little bit of grinding on that one, but I mean, there's not much skill involved in those, so don't think there's a ton that I can learn from them. Although maybe I can learn something from a random luck map like that. Maybe I should have a look anyways and see what people are doing. There's obviously a chance that I could get a couple of things that I could learn from. Alright, let's have a look at who I can raid today, since we are. Let's go have a look. Okay, well, let's see. We've got some usual friends. And some of the big streamers as well. But we are very low on viewers today at the end of stream. So I'm probably gonna have to go for one of my friends. Yeah, I think it might just end up being Z. Since Z is watching the state of play, and people might enjoy having some of the apparently state of play drops that there is. Apparently there is drops. Let's go that way then. Alright, so I'm gonna be ending the stream here today. thanks to everybody that came today. Thank you for the well, what I hope was a good stream for everybody. It felt like it was a little bit of a weird one for me. I feel like I was a little bit down on the mood and the map were not exactly lifting me up today. So maybe it wasn't that good today, but hopefully you guys are still interested in coming the next time. Have a good day. Bye bye.